Good morning, dear students. I, Harsh Anania, Assistant Professor from Government Law College, Ajmer, is present before you people to deliver a lecture on the subject of interpretation of statutes and general and legal English. So today, let us begin with the vocabulary, that is the use of the legal terms. Let's try to understand what is the meaning of the different legal terms and what is their importance. See, every subject and every specialization has got its own terminology, has got its own vocabulary. The requirement is very simple enough. If you are going for the health sciences, they have their own specific terms. And if we refer to the engineering, you can see the use of the different terms pertaining to the engineering. Similarly, if you refer to the law, then the use of legal terms become altogether more mandatory. Similarly is the case of economics. You do find different economic terms in the subject of economics. So the use of the legal terms becomes altogether more important, and we must know the use of these terms so that we can become even more successful, and also we can understand, we can gradually use also such legal terms so as to enrich ourselves, so as to better ourselves, so as to deliver better services in the field of law. Whether it might be that you might be teaching, or you might be going for advocacy, or you might even go for judiciary. Okay, so or also you might try to master the art of draftsmanship. So all these different avocations do require on the part of you to enrich yourselves with the use of different legal terms. So that is why you must be having thorough knowledge of different legal terms. There is a particular book which I would like to refer to you people, which is published by the government. Okay, so you can use that particular book in which the government has published the use of different legal words as well as the Latin maxims. So you can make the most of it, and it's very not very costly. Okay, so it's costed at a very reasonable price, so you can refer the same. So I think now let us begin with the use of different words. The first word here which we'll try to learn is alibi. What is alibi? Alibi is the plea of being elsewhere. Okay, so it is used basically in the Evidence Act. So whenever a party tries to prove his innocence by mentioning that he was not present at the scene of crime, or it was not he who has committed the crime, since he was present elsewhere at that particular moment when the crime was committed, and it is not reasonably possible for a person who is at such a distance and to reach between such a short span of time is very difficult. So you do use the plea of alibi. You can find the mention of alibi in the Evidence Act. तो कहीं और होने का प्रूफ देना या इस बात को कहना ही एलिबाई है. आप एलिबाई प्रूव करते हैं ताकि आप अपने आप को निर्दोष साबित कर सके. ओके, so now let's move on to the next word, admiralty. Admiralty, yes, what is the meaning of admiralty? Yes people, yes, you're right. Navadhikaran, yes, where the administration of justice is done with regard to navy. Okay, so there are admiralty suits. Okay, so those matters pertain to the navy. Okay, those are naval matters. So I think now it is very clear to you people. Now let's go for the another word, abet. We can try to learn this word, abet. what is abate, abet. Okay, to put an end to something, किसी चीज को खत्म कर देना ही abet है. Okay, but there is a differentiation, and that is asked in the exams time and again. It has been asked, and it might be asked again. What is the difference between abatement and abetment? Okay, abatement is dushpression, and in order to commit a crime, if a person is instigating or motivating other person, either by conspiracy, by intentional aiding, or by any other work, so it might be abatement. Okay, so and abatement, abate, on the other hand, is putting an end to something. किसी चीज को खत्म कर देना ही abatement है. Okay, now you should not only know the meaning of that particular legal term, but you must also try to distinguish between two different legal terms, as well as you should know the meaning of the legal terms in the commonly used Hindi language as well as the English language. Also, you must know, in order to you must use those words in a sentence. Okay, so I think it's quite clear to you people, because questions are asked from different arenas. The only popular methods will not be used time and again. Okay, so if the questions have been asked regarding the meanings, so you must also try to learn the meaning in different languages, that is Hindi as well as English, as well as you must learn to use that particular word in the form of a sentence. Okay, so overall different questions might be asked in this manner. Okay, now let us try to understand what is act of God. Yes, this word has become very popular in recent times because of the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, it has been termed as act of God. Okay, now I think you have the idea. Yes, it has become even more simple now. Yes, for you people. Act of God, which is also referred to as vis major in Latin language. Yes, so the act of God is the act of supernatural powers. Okay, so it is used as an excuse. Okay, for example, if a contract had to be executed within a specific times, let's say within one month. So if it was not executed, then the opposite party will obviously bring a suit to execute the same, if it wants to execute the same, or either it might go for damages. So whatever might be the remedy, okay, the party might seek for any kind of remedy, but here we must not forget is there is an excuse called as vis major, or the act of God. If the supernatural force have intervened, and due to that particular reason a contract could not be executed, then you can very well take that excuse, and that will excuse you from fulfilling your obligation for a certain period of time. Okay, let me give a very good example to you in this regard. PVR cinema halls or the multiplexes, you might be knowing about them. The people who were running PVR multiplexes in different malls had to pay the rent to the landlords, but they excused themselves from paying the same on the basis of this particular excuse, that is vis major or the act of God. Another example let us take is the various airline services like Jet Airways or SpiceJet or Vistara or Air India. They had to pay to the Airports Authority of India the rent for the usage of hangar and as well as for various other activities. But they also excused themselves from their obligation for a certain period of time on the basis of vis major or act of God. citing that it was the act of supernatural force. And since the COVID-19 outbreak was there, that is why they could not fulfill their obligations, and since they could not run successful flight operations, that is why they were running into losses and they could not pay the rent and the lease amount. Okay, so now I think this is also clear to you people. Okay, now let's try to understand what is the meaning of amicus curiae, or sometimes it is used only the word amicus is used. Amicus is friend, amicus curiae, the friend of the court. So Supreme Court has time and again appointed amicus curiae in different matters. Let's take for example the Taj corridor case. In the Taj corridor case, the Supreme Court had appointed amicus curiae so as to go and find out what were the actual things which happened. So what were the irregularities, if any, if found during the inquiry and investigation. So amicus basically helps the court. Okay, so as to ascertain the things actually as they might exist. Okay, since the court itself cannot go out because the court itself is busy, very busy in the matters, various matters, and the pendency is known to one and all. Okay, so let us take another example. In various environmental matters also, the court has appointed amicus curiae so as to go and to find out whether actually that level of environmental degradation or pollution has been caused or not. So these amicus curiae go out there and try to find and try to decipher the truth and to present the things as it is. Okay, regarding the Padmanabhan Swami temple also, the court had appointed amicus. Okay, so I think now this amicus word is clear to you people, and you must try to use these words in your day-to-day lives so that you become more successful. Okay, and since the practice of these words are very useful, so you must try to do the same. Now let us try to understand what is the meaning of the word arbitrator. This word has been used time and again. Okay, so you must know the meaning of the word arbitrator. Arbitrator is the judge which is appointed by the parties themselves. Okay, so the word arbitrator is utilized in terms of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, and the arbitrator is appointed mainly in commercial matters. Okay, so since you all know that the civil matters, in order to take a decision, it takes a lot time. So as to save the time and money, and so as to simplify the process, the arbitrator is appointed. Okay. The next word is award. What is the meaning of award? Award, known as panchat. Okay, so the decision of the arbitrator is known as award. Okay, is it okay with you people? Now let us try to understand what is the meaning of adultery, which is known as jar karm. Adultery is the unlawful or illegal intercourse with the spouse of other person. Okay, that is adultery, which is covered under the Indian Penal Code. Okay, what is the meaning of adulteration? Adulteration is milavat. Okay, so adulteration, the act of adulteration is making something of inferior quality. Okay, so what is an attempt? Attempt is trying to do something in order to achieve a particular goal. Okay, for example, the IPC under section 511 mentions the attempt of various offenses. Okay, so the trying to commit a particular crime and offense or offense is attempt. Okay, now let us try to understand what is alienate. Okay, alienate is the act of transferring property from one person to other person is alienate. Okay, so whenever we do transfer a property, it is basically alienating. Okay, what is averment? Averment, prakathan. Prakathan ही averment है. So whatever you try to aver, whatever you try to mention before the court, it is averment. Okay. Next is, what is the meaning of association? Association is the group of different people. Okay. And what is the meaning of amalgamation? Amalgamation is the act of uniting or integrating two or more companies or societies. Okay, ये शामिल हो जाना ही amalgamation है. Okay, now let us try to know the meanings of different other words. So now let me ask you people, what is the meaning of amendment? Is the act of making an alteration by way of addition, deletion, or omission. Okay, so we do witness the amendment of various acts. Okay, so संशोधन कहते हैं amendment को. Act is a statute brought in about by a competent legislature which might be the central government, the legislature which might be the parliament or the state legislature. Okay, so what is the meaning of authenticate? अभिप्रमाणित करना. Authenticate means to make something official. Okay, officially to make a statement that it is okay. Okay, next is next is abscond. Abscond is when you try to do away with the process of law, is when you abscond. Okay, so when you are doing anything in order to hide from the process of law to execute you. भगौड़ा, जिसको हम हिंदी में कहते हैं, जब आप भगौड़े हो जाते हैं तब आप abscond कर रहे होते हैं. Okay, next is abide. When you tell that you will be following a particular thing officially, is the meaning is abide. Okay, so to follow something is to abide. Abrogate. Next is abrogate. What is the meaning of abrogate? Abrogate means to repeal by process of law. Okay, is the removal of that particular act, that is abrogate. Next is acquittal. What is the meaning of acquittal? Acquittal जिसे हम बाइज्जत बरी होना कह रहे हैं. Okay, so when you are set free from the court of all the charges which were levied upon you, and those charges were not proved by the parties beyond reasonable doubts, then you are acquitted. Okay, next is act in good faith. That is also known as bona fide faith. So whenever you do something in good faith, that is showing your good intention, your intention to do something in a good manner, but it turns out to be something else, then you are excused, and that is known as act in good faith. Acquire. What is the meaning of acquire? Arjan karna. When you gain something, that is known as acquire. What is the meaning of asset? Asset. So whatever properties are vested in a person are known as assets. Okay. Next is abandonment. When you leave a particular person or building, the process is known as abandonment. Okay. What is the meaning of abstain? To desist from doing something is abstain. When you don't do a particular work, it is thereby abstaining. Okay. So if you are abstaining from doing the work, next is access. What is the meaning of ACCESS? Access matlab पहुंच. So when you have a particular approach, then it is known as access, that you have been given the access to level 1 security in the airport. Okay, so that is known as SS. And what is the differentiation between SS and access? Access मतलब बहुतायत, कोई चीज़ की बहुत ज़्यादा कोई चीज़ होना, मतलब excess quantity में होना, that is known as excess. Excess means something over and above the prescribed quantity. Okay, so next is ad litem guardian. What is the meaning of ad litem guardian? Ad litem guardian means guardian in civil suit. Okay, ad litem guardian is guardian in civil suit. ठीक है. And next is accomplice. So one who actively participates in the commission of an offense or crime is known as accomplice. तो वो जो साथी होता है क्राइम में उसे accomplice कहते हैं. Next is accuse. What is the meaning of accuse? Accuse means to accuse some charges or to levy some charges on a person. दोष लगाना, दोष मढ़ना किसी के ऊपर accuse होता है. Okay, acquaint. What is the meaning of acquaint? Acquaint means to inform, अवगत कराना. अवगत कराना ही acquaint है. वैसे ही acquaintance. Who is known as acquaintance? To whom you know. Just to know someone is acquaintance. Okay. And assent. What is the meaning of assent? To officially agree to something is assent. Okay. Next is aggrieved party. Aggrieved party is the party whose rights have been violated or who is suffering from some issues is known as aggrieved party. Okay. So the suit or a plaint might be brought by a aggrieved party. The party in grievance of something, and that might be the violation of the legal rights of that particular party. So that is known as aggrieved party. Thank you, dear students, for listening so patiently and so carefully. Keep listening and watching the videos, and you might ask your queries in the comment box. Have a great day ahead. Okay.